Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you're all doing fine. Today we'll have our lessons under apostrophes. Okay, so this class is for the high school advanced writing. We will take the chapter apostrophe from grade 9. So you can just check under the grade 9 and you can see the chapter. So first of all, you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. So you click on your name, you go to the grade 9, and you can find the lesson. So it's identifying correct errors with plural and possessive noun, identify and correct errors with compound and joint possessions. So this is what we will do today. Okay. All right. So first of all, we need to know what plural noun mean. So a plural noun names more than one person, place, or thing. So we already know that when we talk about plural, we're referring to more than one. So plural is more than one. A possessive noun shows who or what owns something or has something. So the possessive noun shows ownership. Okay, so it shows who owns something or who has something. So now, if you want to make it a possessive noun, you need to add apostrophe and s. So you're adding an apostrophe and you're adding s to a singular noun to make it a possessive noun. So you take note to the singular noun, you add apostrophe and then s. So just like this, we have Matt's gloves, right? So Matt is just singular, so you need to add apostrophe to Matt to show that the glove is his own. So it's showing ownership, it's showing possession. So we also have the bird's wings. So the bird's wing, so now it's just like one bird. So you're talking about the bird's wing. So you have to add the apostrophe and then s to the bird to show that the wings belongs to the bird. So it is a possessive noun. Okay? So when a plural noun ends with s, just add an apostrophe to make it possessive noun. So you know when it's plural, it ends with s. So for example, we have boys. So you just need to put the apostrophe after the s. So the boys camp, and then it becomes a possessive noun because it's already in the plural form. Then we have the schools. The schools team. School is already having s. So you just have to add the apostrophe after the s to show that it's in the possessive noun now. So when a noun does not end, a plural noun does not end with s, you have to add apostrophe and s. So some plurals do not end with s, so you have to be the one to put the apostrophe and then you put the s. So just like we have children, you know that some of the plurals are very unique. They do not end with s, so you have to be the one to add s. Like when we say children, children is already in the plural form, but you just need to add apostrophe and then s. So we have the mice. The mice is tail. So mice, you have to add apostrophe and s to make it a plural possessive. Okay. So moving on, we have the next part. Okay. All right, so to form the possessive of a compound noun, so if you want to form the possessive of a compound noun, you make the last part of the noun possessive. So you're making the last part possessive to form a compound noun possessive. Okay, so we have my sister in law's career, my sister's in law career, the Secretary of State's speech. So you're making the last part of the noun possessive. So you can see that this is the last part. So that is where you add the possession. The chiefs of staff's legacy. So you see the last part is where you add the apostrophe and s. My great grandmother's name. So you see at the last part is where you have to turn it to the possessive noun. All right. So all right, so moving on. When two nouns joined by Okay, so when two nouns join by and share possession of something, only the second noun should be written as a possessive noun. So if the two nouns are joined together, like Becca and Lily's, so it's only the last part that will have the possession. So Becca and Lily's room is larger than mine, then Becca and Lily share one room. So when two nouns joined by and joined by and do not share. So when two nouns joined by and do not share possession of something, but noun should be written as a possessive noun. So if it doesn't show that they share possession of something, it will be Becca's and Lily's rooms are larger than mine. Becca and Lily each have their own room. But if it's showing that they share possession of something, it has to be the last part of the noun that would have the possession. But if they do not share any possession, but they are joined together, you just put the possession for each of the nouns. Okay? So moving on here, we will start with the first lesson, which is identify and correct errors with plural and possessive nouns. So the first one says that fix the one plural or possessive error. So you have to fix the one plural or the possessive error. All right, let's look at some examples over here. IMP has designed several well known buildings, such as the Kennedy Library and the Glass Pyramid at the Louvre. The Chinese American architects' influence on the 20th century construction has made him a worldwide icon. So you have to fix the one plural possessive error, and that would be what? So change buildings to building. So now building was made possessive, but it doesn't need to be possessive. So it's just a normal plural noun. So you have to change the possessive form to a plural noun. So fix the two plural and possessive errors. So we have this over here. And astronauts, so you see it's already in the plural form and then the apostrophe was added afterwards. So an astronaut's training involves much more than just academic studies. Before beginning space training, for instance, an astronaut must be able to swim 75 meters without stopping and swim another 75 meters in a flight suit and tennis shorts. So you have to fix the two plural errors. So astronauts to astronauts, okay? So it shouldn't be like in the plural form. It should be like astronauts and then apostrophe, and so it becomes singular possessive because it says an astronaut, okay? And then change studies to study. You do not need to make studies a plural possessive. It's just a plural now, okay? So do not add apostrophe. Okay, let's move on to the test. So you have to fix one plural or possessive error. So this was just in the tutorials. So we have to fix the astronauts. So it's becoming a singular possessive. Okay? So this is you have to fix the two plural or possessive error. When Franklin Delano Roosevelt was elected to the presidency, he pledged to bring relief to the millions of Americans adversely affected by the nation's economic collapse during the Great Depression. So, what are we changing over here? So, we have millions. No need to make it a plural possessive. It's already a plural now. So, this is first. And then what next? We have, so we can have a look at this. All right, so nations, you have to make nations a singular possessive. Okay? So fix the two plural or possessive errors here. A new vintage women's clothing store has just opened up in downtown Newberry. The shop carries clothing styles from several different decades and is sure to appeal to the customers with electric taste. So you have to fix the two plural or possessive error here. So first we have women's here. So women is already what? Women is already in the plural form. So you just need to put apostrophe and S. And then we have styles. These styles do not need to have an apostrophe at the back of the S. Okay? So we have fixed the one plural possessive error here. The seaside geese food supply has been dwindling in recent years, so they have been forced to search for new homes. So new homes. Homes does not need to be in a plural possessive. It's just what? Plural now. And then just one. So it's just one plural. So we have to just fix homes. Homes is just a plural now. We do not need to make it possessive. So we have this one. You have to fix one plural possessive error. Originally, states required voters to be land owning white males. However, the 15th Amendment to the US Constitution was passed to prohibit states from restricting voting rights based on race or color. And the 19th Amendment was passed to protect women's rights. So we have to just fix only one of the plural or possessive error. So what do we fix over here? So women's rights. So the apostrophe is supposed to go before the S. All right. So women's rights. Meteorologists analyze satellite imagery, air pressure and temperature, and wind speed to predict a storm part. So we have two plural errors or possessive error here. So we do not need to have the apostrophe after the meteorologist. And then what is the next one? Then it will be okay, so we don't need to have a apostrophe after the S in storms. So we also have fix the two plural errors. At its gala event this year, the Burlington Medical Society honored three researchers' outstanding contributions to the field of medicine. So, what are we correcting over here? We have two. So, contributions, you do not need to make contribution singular possessive, it's just a plural noun. That's this over here. And then researchers. So, researchers, you would have the apostrophe after the S. So, it's plural possessive. So we have more tornadoes occur in the US than anywhere else in the world. While many occur in the tornado alley, a large area of land in the country's midsection, it is important to remember that these natural disasters aren't limited to this region. So two. So we have natural disaster. So natural disaster over here is just a plural noun. And then what else? We have so countries. You don't need to put the apostrophe after the S. Okay, so we have okay, so we're fixing the two plural or possessive errors here. The Taj Mahal in India stands as a testament to the emperor's love for his wife. Emperor Shah Jahan commissioned the monuments. Take note of this. Contraction after the death of his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. So what is the correction over here? So monuments is just a plural noun. And then We have. All right, so that's it for like the first part of this lesson. You can complete it if you haven't done it, and then we'll move on to the next one. Identify and correct errors with compound and joint possession. So we already went over this one, and this one says to form a possessive of a compound noun, make the last part of the noun possessive. So you're making the last part of the noun the possessive. And when two noun joined by and shares possession, you only make the second one possessive noun, just like this. So when it shows that they share possession, you only make the second noun. And when they are joined by and do not share possession, you have to individually make them the possessive noun. Okay, let's move to the test. So click to correct the text if needed. Leah and Ben's play took first place in your school's drama competition. The pair was overjoyed to have their handwork and creativity recognized by the school. So it shows that is what? Joint possession. So they're all the same option. Okay, so the options are all the same. So this one is the one that was marked correct, but anyone you pick, yes. But then you should also take note that Leah's name had S, so it shouldn't have S. So that's why this is the correct one. So Romeo's and Juliet's love for one another is at the heart of the plot of the Shakespearean tragedy Romeo and Juliet. So what is the right one here? What do you think is the right one here? So Romeo and Juliet. All right. Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. It is it two musical Oklahoma. Okay, so Richard Rogers and Oscar Hammerstein, two musical Oklahoma, which opened in 1943, was the first smash hit of the musical duo. The two went on to create such classics as South Pacific and The Sound of Music. So, which is the right one here? Okay. Mom's and Dad's car has over 150,000 miles on it, and it is absolutely ancient. It still runs well though, so they wouldn't even consider purchasing a new vehicle. So, so Dubai and China's tallest buildings are the 163 floor Burj Khalifa and 121 floor Shanghai Tower, respectively. Each tower houses offices, stores, and residents. The Shanghai Tower also features the world's fastest elevator. So, what do you think over here? So, it's like individual, they're not sharing a possession, so it's like separate possession of all. All right, so Vishnu and Parvan's annual Diwali party is a big hit among their friends and family who come from all over the country to enjoy the great food and dancing. So Vishnu's and Parvan's annual Diwali party. So what would be? They share a party, so it's just going to be the last noun that has the possession. So Ita and Rosenbeck's and Julius Rosenbeck's conspiracy trial in 1951 was highly publicized and widely debated. While some Americans felt that Rosenbecks were victims of anti communist hysteria, others believed the husband and wife had indeed shared secret information with the Russian governments. So, what will this be? So, it's talking about Etel's Rosenberg and Julius Rosenberg conspiracy, which was highly publicized and widely debated. While some Americans felt that the Rosenbergs were victims of anti communist hysteria, others believed the husband and wife had indeed shared secrets with the Russian government. So they kind of share the same possession of the trial. So, yeah. Okay. Sophia's and Zoe's favorite weekend activity is to visit the dinosaur exhibits of the Natural History Museum. So, what do you think? It's their favorite weekend activity, so it's like a possession for both of them. So, just one person will have the comma and apostrophe and also the S. Okay, so do you have any questions? You can let me know if you have any questions. You can finish up the lesson. If you still need help, you can click on here and you get more help. All right. So let me know if you have any questions before we finish. All right. So if you have no questions, we'll So if you have no questions, we'll finish here for today. Do have a good night, everyone. Bye.